bands with headbands.
That's an alternative, the hair clip for men. It's like you push it back and you wear a thick headband. Then it's that one thing you comb it all over. Like,
stand by,
where
they're
they
going to roll the
comb
package
Yeah.
in the monitor right here. And Jim, if
What's
you
his
want to
name
watch
did
it,
that?
you can.
Okay.
that night at that comedy routine, he grabbed all his hair and he held it all.
Are you a fan of Nirvana?
Sure.
Yes, I am.
Sure.
Just the way that they're not into what everybody else is into, you know, they just sort of do their own thing. I respect that anyhow.
They didn't go to college.
Didn't go to college.
Nirvana.
Nirvana. What's that?
I've never heard Nirvana.
Good for you.
What kind of music do you listen to? I usually listen to pop music. Did you know that they have a new album out?
Yeah. I haven't heard of that.
Could you take this home and listen to it and then come back tomorrow at the same time and tell me what you did? Sure.
All right. Yeah, no problem.
Narc.
I work here, so I'm here every day.
Sure. Where is this college?
St. John's.
So how did you like the interview? Oh, it was great. It was really good.
So very similar to the first album. And I got a couple of songs that will be playing on the radio. They're going to be hits. Third track, Heart Shaped Box will probably be on TV or something. And I like the night shot. Anyone to see.
This guy should work for David Geffen
There are a couple songs that I could listen to, and I enjoyed the music too.
Killer Bee. Or not Freddy Krueger.
A lot of the lyrics I thought were just thrown in. I mean, they could have deeper meaning, and I tried to really analyze them. But some of these lyrics just seem like, I think if I was stoned when I listened to it, but I don't do that anymore.
That's it. I'm in college.
It's target marketing.
Before someone made me, I was not too happy with that song.
Oh.
I prefer the beginning part of the album, especially Rate Me. Rate Me was just, that's just like, I think they want controversy with that song, because all it is, there's no real meaning to it, I thought, other than it was just really blatant and loud.
The drum was really good. Rate Me was really good, and Heart Shaped Box was excellent.
Hey, potential sales.
I love that high tempo, especially the beginning of the album. I love them great. And then it mellows out around the middle, then at the end it hypes you back up again.
All right.
Like awesome.
Who are the Dons?
That's the point, this was good. I think they should open with Sun's Prison. Francis Farmer will have to run and say I was also good, but I don't know who Francis Farmer is. If I knew who Francis Farmer was or what that meant, I would enjoy it more.
Would you recommend
If I was stoned.
They had the first album, they'll enjoy this one.
It was pretty good. It's not what I usually listen to, but I listen to it again.
Can't please everybody.
Bye.
All right, my man.
It's upside down.
That's the people, you know. Everybody's got an asshole and everybody's got an opinion.
I work here.
Now I'm going to
I
ask
wonder what my mom thinks of that record. I haven't asked her. Oh, it's nice. It's good.
It's very good.
It's good.
It's very good, Chris.
Now I'm going to ask you some MTV questions about the piece that we just...
Hold on a second.
Of nationalism and God are perfectly cohesive.
Okay, I can start anytime.
Look at that pillar.
Fuzzy. Remember Rail?
Yeah.
These
I
first
guess
questions
it's
are
big,
about
fuzzy
that thing that we just saw. 3 out of 8 people we approached said they never heard of Nirvana. What do you think of that?
They must be living in a cave. They don't read music.
They have forsaken the age of information. They are to be eliminated.
Some of the people who responded to the song Rate Me said they were offended by it in some way, or that they couldn't understand it. Could you explain the meaning of the songs to perhaps clear up?
I think they...
Well, we're the cover boys of about 10 different magazines this month. And in every one of those magazines, we explain it pretty good. It's a let me repeat that, anti-rape song. I don't know, I just thought, I got tired of people trying to put too much meaning into my lyrics, you know, as being too, not making enough sense, you know. So I decided to be really blunt and bold. So, and I just thought it's kind of a funny just reward for a person who rapes, like a guy, like a mean asshole who rapes a woman, violates her, and then he goes into jail and gets raped, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a justice, in a way.
Maybe being offended and not understanding it kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah, well, that's, I mean, obviously the only reason they were offended because they obviously thought the song was like this, apparently took it as a, you know, macho, you know, I don't know. In some weird way. I mean, I don't exactly know how you would...
They've been programmed by too many beer commercials. Or
yeah,
something.
I mean, I don't really know how you would misunderstand something like that.
I thought we've made our stance on rape clear within the last year and a half, you know?
Yeah, but...
Most anyone who knows about us would probably know that we are pretty much anti-rape
right.
at this point, you know?
But yeah, I mean, you would think that would be clear, but I guess these were people who didn't know anything about you and are just like listening to a record, you know? Like if that song all of a sudden starts... I mean, you've obviously, I mean, you had trouble with Saturday Night Live, right? I mean, trying to get that song played.
Yeah.
I mean, why is that? If it's just this straightforward anti-rape song, why are they having a problem with it?
Maybe you shouldn't be talking about it. It's like taboo, you know? Daddy's bonking the little stepchild. I mean, we don't talk about that here. No.
What's controversial about an anti-rape song, basically? I mean, I guess it's the way, it's the nature of the...
It's a taboo, you know?
Taboo subject.
Yeah.
So what'd you think of those guys, the reaction to the album from the Vox Populi? Yeah. Seemed to like it, didn't they?
I would have rather taken it to a rock and roll show or something, you know?
Right.
Instead of just like college students.
Just random
Yeah.
college students who may or may not listen to rock music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they listen to our music anyhow, so.
What about the college charts?
Oh yeah, weren't we on the college charts?
College evolved into alternative.
It started with college, didn't it? What do we know?
We never went to
We never
college.
went to college.
What's college like? Is there girls and frat boy parties? That's pretty scary.
We played at a lot of college parties.
I know. We practically went to the Evergreen State College. I mean,
I
we
know,
just
we
go to all-
lived there. Went there every weekend, and no one studied, that's for sure.
liberal arts college. They have a class there which you can follow around the Grateful Dead and get a credit for it.
You could work at a record label and get a credit for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't have a football team.
Kind of a liberal college. Everyone likes to go there.
That's where Calvin Johnson went,
Yeah.
people like that.
Matt Groening went there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Linda
right.
Berry, Bruce Pavitt,
Modern day pop geniuses.
Pear, Bernstein.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Pear did.
Yeah, Pear went there.
He's babysitting my child right now.
He's a good guy when he's got it together.
He's with his mom, though.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we've noticed actually all the interns that we had this policy at Spin at one point that we weren't going to hire any more interns that went to college because they were completely clueless. The more college experience they had, you know what I mean? It's like high school dropouts are the only ones who know how to operate a Xerox machine. I don't know. Yeah,
We
okay.
educated ourselves on the street.
Okay, more MTV questions about your album, In Utero. What kind of album did you deliberately set out to make with In Utero as opposed to what you did with Nevermind? In reaction to it, or in terms of specifically, I guess in terms of the sound of it, was there any?
Well, we had an idea of a sound that we've been wanting for a long time, you know, because of Steve Albini's production from a lot of other bands like Breeders and the Pixies and stuff like that. You know those bands. You never heard of them? And it's just that sound that we really like, and we thought that sounded so natural and real, and it has a really beautiful ambience to it, so that's why we chose it.
There was a review I just read of it that said it sounded like you set out to make the last punk rock record, and you ended up making what sounded like the first punk rock record.
We were out to commit commercial suicide. What
Yeah.
else were we out to do? Career
To
suicide.
pee off our A&R man.
We didn't care what was on the record. We just wanted to put out a raunchy record.
Just do that.
To be
There's other-
controversial.
Yeah, there's other, just for controversy's sake, just like that person said on that
We
clip.
want comfort.
We want confrontation. We like stressing everybody out, our management and label and ourselves. We feed off it. It's some dysfunction we have.
Man, the music business is nothing like the TV business, I've realized.
That's good.
Being on Saturday Night Live yesterday,
Yeah.
being around that, oh, it's chaotic.
In what way? Is TV even worse?
Ooh, oh God, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine working in TV.
Because more people are addicted to TV than they are music.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So
Just so much pressure.
So were you happy with, I mean, you know, well, the sound that Albini got? I mean, was it the drum
Right
sound of
away,
your dreams?
yeah. As soon as we started, the first song that we recorded, we listened back to it and said, okay, yeah, that's his sound. That's what we wanted, you know. Which isn't, I mean, it is his sound. It's a trademark sound, but it's something that I personally have had in my head ever since I've been in a band. Ever since we've had this band going, I've wanted that kind of a sound because it sounds so natural and real. And, you know, technology nowadays, 99% of all studios sound too, you know, digital, you know. And,
Yeah, that's definitely not Steve, is it?
yeah, so he used, you know, a lot of old analog equipment and a lot of microphones, like quadruple the amount of microphones that people normally use.
yeah. We kind of fit into his work ethic too, because we had all the songs down, almost all the songs down. We just went in
Yeah.
there and knocked them out. Because I've heard stories from other bands, like if you don't get the song down in 3 takes, it's like, forget it, don't even do it. Hard ass, cracking his whip.
How was he to work with? Did you get along with him?
Yeah, it's
Come on.
great. On a record, it says recorded by. It doesn't say produced
Well,
by.
that's the ethic. He's like Mr. Ethic.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah, but we gave him $2 million.
That's true. But
Money talks.
How did that that whole controversy arose at the point, you know, when you were done with the record, and you know, it was reported widely that he said, or I don't know.
People were just clamoring for something. They just jumped on it was just speculation, and they blew it out of proportion. And like for an establishment magazine like Newsweek to just report on something so sketchy, full like a page and a half. It was just amazing. I couldn't believe it. Then I started flipping through other stories about the Mideast and whatever. I'm like, God, how much credibility do these things have? And then, sure enough, bottom of the birdcage.
I had kind of the same. I had kind of the same reaction too. It's like, it's something like this could be so wrong. Then what does it say for the rest of the stories? That
I
you
mean, there
read?
was some truth. I mean, there was a little bit of friction in the way.
There was confusion for about a month or so after we brought the tape home. We listened to it. We couldn't tell what was wrong with it. There was something wrong. It just didn't hit us like our other recordings had, and it just took us a while to figure out that the vocals weren't loud enough. That was basically what the problem was.
The bass was really quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we did. So we fixed it in mastering.
Right.
Just EQ'd it a little bit different.
Right.
And remixed 2 songs.
Right. I actually, there was, I was talking to the guys in Urge Overkill. They said their trick with getting, he produced that
The Stone.
Supersonic storybook, that one. He said they would distract him, and when he turned his back on the console, they'd push the vocal faders out.
Yeah, there was one time when I walked out of the room and slammed the door.
Yeah.
And then I came back in and got my way. Threw a star fit for about 10 minutes. That's all it took.
I did that at a hot dog stand today.
Really? You didn't get the right hot dog?
Too much mustard.
Setless Apprentice is apparently one of the first songs that you guys have sort of more fully collaborated on than
Yeah.
in the past.
Mhm.
Is that sort of a direction you'd like to take further in the future? Or-
Hell yes. Takes the pressure off of me. Dave came up with the drum beat, and we just built
And
the
the
song
riff.
off of the drum. And the riff, yeah.
Yeah.
He came up with the drum beat, and then he showed me the riff, you know, and it was really simple. And we thought, well, this could work. And I was thinking, this is kind of boneheaded. And then I thought, oh, we'll work on it. And it turned out great. And now I'm excited about it because now we can write together even more.
Yeah.
You know, we're really passive-aggressive people. We don't like to, you know, complain to each other very often. That's probably why we survived.
We should go into
for 5
therapy, all of
years.
us. Sit down with this therapist.
No
What do
way.
you
We
mean?
should just bitch about each other in articles, you know, separately.
Yeah, read the book.
Yeah.
Read the book. I know. Yeah.
I didn't bitch about anybody.
Huh?
I didn't
Thanks,
bitch about
Chris.
anybody.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, I guess you're right. I did a lot of bitching. I can't even finish that book. I really can't even finish it. It's just like, oh God, I hate
I read it
myself.
last night. And it's why I'm
I
so
learned a lot
tired
from
today.
that book.
Yeah.
You just
I
go
learned a
back,
lot
you
from
know?
almost, you know, the first 2 chapters that I should just shut up sometimes.
Is it weird to read about your life in
Totally.
print?
It's like
Oh,
it
yeah.
seems like a violation. Like, who needs to know what I was like when
really
I was a
is.
child, you know?
And our lives are like hamburgers for B. Dalton and Doubleday. And then they're the fry cooks dishing out the slop.
It was. I mean, in terms of
It's a good book.
yeah, I thought
It's
so
well
too.
written.
Very well written and
Yeah.
like extremely thorough, more so than most band biographies. that
Tell
you
me
see.
about it.
And extremely extremely.
Yeah.
You guys were extremely open and honest, which is. Do you
Sometimes that hurts.
yeah. Do you think? I mean, do you hope that maybe it will help diffuse some of the sort of negative rumor mongering and things like that? Was that sort of one of the motivations for doing it in the first place?
Well, better have a biography come out with someone that you're cooperating with than someone who just wants to
Yeah, like those
make you
other
look
witches.
like a piece of shit.
Yeah, but not, you know, people don't buy rock books very often. It's not a very large selling market, you know, so I don't know. The majority of people that buy, you know, probably 3 million people that bought our record last year only knew about us from maybe watching us on Saturday Night Live and hearing us on the AOR radio station, you know.
Or seeing the video or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, especially. I forgot about
Well,
that.
on MTV,
Yeah.
music television?
And so I don't know. I don't buy rock books myself. I'm not that interested in hearing details of my favorite rock bands. And I mean, so for the people that do read it, they will get a better view on it, I'm sure.
But at the same time, it's going to put, I mean, you know, there's not going to be it seems to me that it's so thorough and complete and honest that there's not much room for any, like, rumors to be circulating around anymore because it's like everybody sort of, it's, you know what I mean?
There'll always
Well-
be rumors going around about something or another.
I'm convinced of that.
Yeah.
I already know. I don't know. You remember the P kid in high school or grade school that was always the scapegoat? I think we're one of those bands. We're the P band.
We got
Yeah.
caught jerking off.
In the back.
got jerking off.
Why do you think?
And everybody else does it.
What-
but
what do
we
you think-
still crucify that one
But not in
kid.
school.
What do you think provokes that sort of, you know, what's in your band or your music or your personalities that provokes that kind of reaction from?
We just we don't think before we speak.
We're reactionary ourselves. We hear something, blah, go off right on it. Or maybe we just don't want to play MTV softball or something. We only fit in. So.
Let's see.
My favorite was when the whole MTV controversy about when we were playing the awards last year when we couldn't play "Rape Me," and so we had this interview later on, and Dave decided to tell the story about it to MTV.
Via videotape.
Like they're gonna show it.
What happened?
I didn't even catch it until like weeks later. Like, oh yeah, I guess they probably wouldn't play that.
Okay, then my next question on this list of questions here is, why did you perform at the New Music Seminar this year?
That wasn't supposed to be a part of the new music seminar, I don't believe. We just wanted to play a show.
So, you know, for all these little bands, that up-and-coming bands that were playing that night wouldn't have an audience.
We're vicious.
Yeah.
They're on our fucking turf, man.
Yeah, we didn't really think of that. Normally we would think of stuff like that. We are kind of considerate in that way. And it kind of bummed me out when I realized that. Can I smoke on television? But I don't know, I guess it was just a way of saying that we're not dead.
Proof of your existence.
Yeah.
It was some kind of marketing plan or something
Yeah.
we participated in. I thought I had a good time myself.
Yeah,
It was a
me
good
too.
show.
Yeah, and we played acoustic for the first time.
Right.
And we had one day before we left to practice our acoustic set, which explains why it sucked so bad.
You think it sucked?
I think a lot of people thought it sucked. I didn't hate it that much. But
I didn't see
What
it.
about all those frat boys writhing on top of each other in the front row?
Yeah, and yelling and talking.
They said it rocked.
Is that something you're going to keep doing?
Well, I don't think we're gonna do like this Led Zeppelin tradition of like sit down after an hour's worth of playing electric and then do an acoustic set. I think we'll just like go back and forth, like play acoustic song, play a bunch of rock songs, play another acoustic song.
Right.
Probably be easier that way.
Yeah. And you're going to tour with another guitarist?
Yeah,
Again.
Pat
What-
Smear.
Right. Why did you decide to do that, to add a fourth guitarist?
Because I suffer from mental blocks. I have short-term memory loss. I forget the words. Too much concentration on remembering those 3 chords and the words, and maybe having a little bit of participation with the crowd. You know, just too much for me. So I got a second guitar player.
That's really good. Like,
Yeah, Pat picked up just like that. We've only practiced like 6 times, and we could play a show right now if we
he's got a
wanted
lot of
to.
spirit too. Even if and he's really good. He's got a lot of finesse and feel to what he plays, but he's got a lot of spirit. Even if he was
Yeah.
a really terrible guitar player, just the spirit alone is enough for me.
And the punk crowd, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, he used to be in the Germs.
Right.
That's why.
That's why you...
And when we were like rehearsing the other night, and I think it's like his guitar went out, and it was just like, I'm spoiled now. It doesn't sound as big or thick
Yeah.
anymore, so now it's too late.
Does
We're
he
addicted to
mostly
Pat.
double rhythm parts, or...
Yeah, he basically just does the
Yeah.
rhythms. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should get him to start playing the solos because I can't remember them.
Well, you get in the tour, you'll remember them.
Yeah. Halfway through.
Halfway
probably.
through, just crank up some weird effect, like.
We'll get Kelly to give you a quick guitar refresher course.
She broke a string last night. I felt so sorry for
I
her.
know, she only plays 2 when she broke 1. Okay. On Francis Farmer, Kurt sings, "I miss the comfort in being sad." Is this regarding the price you pay for fame?
No, that's a ridiculous question.
Sorry.
No, that doesn't. I don't know. That was just a line that I picked out of a poetry book that I'd written. I mean, out of some of my poetry. You know.
Sorry. What?